Hello everybody, long time I didn't see you. Do you remember my name? Well, you might have guessed it's Tommy, but now I have changed my name into a more funny nickname called Loopy Pizza Man. So now, today I'm gonna be your host, and today we're gonna be talking about something really exciting. What is it? Well, we're gonna talk about cultures. Take out your a grade 4 social studies book, and let's begin. Now, the first vocabulary we're gonna say is take part in. Take part in. Take part in means to join uh, to join a team that does something. Like, I take part in basketball. So it means this, the part that I circled. To join a team that does something. Anything. So, what is the next one? I think this paper has enough. So they erase these lines. Now, I'll say another vocabulary. The next vocabulary is ancestor. And ancestor. It seems like a really hard word. Ancestor. So, ancestor means person in your family that has lived a long time ago. That's not like just months or years, but it's like centuries. So that's what ancestor means. Like, your ancestor could be your great-great-grandfather, but ancestors can also be something else. Well, ancestors could be your parents, like your mom and dad, or your grandparents, your great-grandparents, your great-great-grandparents, your great-great-great-great-grandparents, and a whole bunch of grandparents. We just keep going forward. So, that's what ancestor means. Ancestor. Now, what about another one? Now, here's another word. This is a type of utensil that you would recognize. Here, this utensil is so what is this utensil? I'll give you a hint. Now, can you figure out what it is? Well, it is chopsticks. 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 So, If you don't know it, then I'll give you a hint. But you can't, then I'll have to erase one. So now you got the hint, so you still have the hangman. So now throughout this lesson, we'll have our hangman. If you guessed it correctly, then the hangman will not be doing anything. But if you answer a question that is wrong, then the hangman will lose a piece. He will lose his body, his arms, his head, his two legs, this line, this line, this line, this line. If it is all raised, you lose. So chopsticks, so it still stays the same. Let me erase it to make more space. Now I'm talking about something you eat. There are only 4 words, so guess it. So what did you guess? Type in the comments below. So if you guessed pizza, then one line erased from our hangman. But the right one must be, if you guessed pizza, it's wrong. So this is you guessing. So if you guess it, it's wrong. So one leg erased from our hangman. Next, we are going to make another crossword. But I'll tell you first. So the right word is meal. Meal means you're eating breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So if you're a hopper, then you will have breakfast, second breakfast, lunch, second lunch, and dinner, second dinner. So if you ate 3 meals a day, it's healthy. Even 2 meals or 1 meal a day. But if you eat 6 meals a day, it's not really healthy. In case you're a hobby. So the right word is meal. Now I'll give you another crossword. This word is a little long, so be careful. What is it? What is this word? Well, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You guessed Pizza. You're wrong. Pizza. Pizza is only takes up about 5 words. So what is the right one? It's not pizzas, but if you guess pizzas, you're wrong. You raise another leg from the hangman. Maybe raise the torso. There. Now, or the next one. The word is a legend. Legend. If you don't want to lose, we'll have a bet. If you've done it right, you get a point. So the first one, you get a point for the first one. So you only lost 1 leg. Now, you better prepare for some bumps along the way. Now, what is the next one? Well, the next one, we're going to erase this. It's kind of a mumbo jumbo science fact, mumbo jumbo social studies facts on crosswords. Or how do you really do it? Well, now you see that our hangman is not really. I'll give you another one. This will talk about food. So food. Now I'll give you an extra turn so you can know how food. So it's not in the vocabulary, but I'll give you some bonus questions. See how your brain works. So what is this long piece of food? What is it? Well, if you get it right, F-R-E-N What if you get Hamburger? You're right. It's hamburger. 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 So now, get another point. Let me draw some eyes. So it gets a little disgusting. So, now those are all our crosswords. Now, I am going to give you some questions. Now, some of those questions really include a hamburger. So, first question. I'll give you a question. What is shaped like let me see. What is shaped like a rectangle and is used to eat? A is our first the first crossword. B is our bonus crossword. And C is our second crossword. So, now which one do you choose? The first crossword, the second crossword, or the third crossword? Well, I'm going to close my eyes and pick a random one. Close my eyes. So, did you choose B? B is the wrong answer. And what is the right answer? It's A. So, 1 minus point for you. Use it for about to erase the edge. Make it a little more easier to erase. There. Oops. The marker. So, now let's move on with the next one. What do you eat? A, nothing. B, something. C, hamburger. This is a little tricky because it's a question that can follow you. So let me close my eyes and pick a random one. So is it C? No, it isn't. But it's B. B, something. You eat something. Tricked again. So that's why another leg has been erased from the man. Now, for the second one, you have a difficulty reading it because I'm using 2 markers writing at a time. So if you get it right, you earn 2 legs and half of the torso. So are you ready? Let's begin. So, did you read this before? It's really hard. So, now, what is this? So, what did I write? Could you understand it? Read it. Comment back in the comments. It's what is big in. What does it mean? What's big in the vocabulary? So, what's big is what legendary in the vocabulary. What is it? Well, it's from the last word that I gave the hint to you. So, what is it? Well, if you guessed the myth, it's wrong. So, I know all of you guessed the myth because it's something that's big, scary, and also legendary. So, you minus arm. And the other have the torso. The man is almost dead. Now, get good points or your man will be dead. In the speaking section, you can earn 10 points, 10 millimeters for every sentence that you read. So now it is the end of our vocabulary section. So see you, and now let's take a short break and come back with the speaking section. So make sure to comment down below, everybody, because the speaking section is so long. Now, are you ready to read it? Well, let's begin. Cultures from different traditions can be different. Why? Because, for example, some people in Japan, let me erase this. It might take like 50 seconds. Some people in Japan usually wear a clothing called kimono. Kimono here is a type of dress. It's a set. It's like a set. Not all people wear kimono there, because only women wear kimono there. So that's why kimono is not really popular. But it's really popular to women, of course. So, kimono is really like the kimono. Do you know these lines? Well, because if you watched the the Lego Ninjago movie before in the TV like this, the Lego Ninjago, then you might have guessed they live in Japan. You're right. They're in fictional Japan on TV. So, now, there are two things that are popular in Japan. One is Doraemon and his friend Nobita, and second is like the Lego Ninjago. There are like more than 1 billion sales of that on the TV and at toy shops. So, it's really, really popular. So, you might have guessed when you look at the red Ninjago's shirt, you may have seen the stripe down here and the other stripe here. It's the same symbol as the kimono, but his arms are a little too short. So the kimono's wrists have square wrists, but they have the same torso as ninjas. But the ninjas really have a dagger going, because some have like this, some have like this, and some have a line like kimono, but this and this across. And some even have a anchor going, making a line here going down to their pockets, and then from the second pocket going up to their shoulder right here. So from shoulder to pocket, pocket to shoulder. So and the kimono really has an angle going. So now, what is another traditional clothing? Well, on the other hand, Korean people wear their traditional clothes called hanbok. What is hanbok? Hanbok is like this. It's like a shirt. A shirt and has the Ninjago logo on it. It goes here and it goes down like a button shirt. Then it has a black vest line at the bottom and some colorful things at the top. So that's what a hanbok is. So now let's just continue with the speaking section. Let's continue. So now for the next part of the speaking section, you are gonna see if what our culture is made of and who made them. First, let's talk about your ancestors. Ancestors is one of the things that we talk about in the vocabulary. Ancestors. So now let's begin. Our ancestors created our cultures. Ancestors are people in your family who lived a long time ago. So that's how our culture were created. But now, how are they created? From a long vast time ago, people usually name rules like rule A, rule B. It's really hard and there are lots of crimes. So that's why they start making names for rules, like the culture of Japan, or the culture of Europe, or the culture of really, if you might think about America, there's no certain culture there because there are various people that go to there. So it's really important way to learn about the culture of a new vast country that you go to. And that is because that when you visit that country, you can learn amazing things, have a ton of fun, and also go to the stadium and have tea with friends and people that you get along with. And it also helps a good way. It also has a good way to make people get along with each other, especially Native Americans and Germans. So, if you like this video about cultures, cultural information, make sure to have more fun. There are lots of types of cultures with a myth. This myth is about a giant wolf that lurks in the forest of Japan. And this super band music is traditional music in rock and roll. So, see you next time for more videos about social studies grade 4. Have learned about grade 4 lesson 1 social studies. So see you next time, and make sure to have a great day and make sure to have a great summer too. I bet all of the children now are really having a great time having summer. Bye. And don't make sure to subscribe and like to this video.